Sway.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a blessed day. But today we're going to be going over one of my personal favorite playbooks in Madden 21, y'all. This is the New Orleans Saints playbook, man. This is one of the best playbooks in the game from top to bottom. It has some of the best run plays, I swear to you, and some of the best passing formation as well to mix in. Today we're going to go over part 1 of this, and this is a very run heavy scheme out of Singleback Wing Stack that has like 2 or 3 really good passing plays to go along with it. And so we're just going to look at some of the audibles, and you probably want to be running HB dive a lot, belly weak. That's a lot better for like big plays, but you probably only want to mix that in a couple times. And then you have stretch, and then we're just going to run against some nickel normal. That's a pretty common defense online, and we're just going to run this up the middle. With this dive play, man, it's like a guaranteed 2 to 3 yards every play, and it can break sometimes, but I wouldn't really rely on it for that reason. See, like right here, I got a lot of space. Maybe with like a better running back, maybe like Derrick Henry or something, I can just run over that guy and score. But we're just gonna run this a couple times so you kind of see nothing crazy out of this. You're more gonna get little knick-knack gains, which you're really gonna do a lot with this whole offense. You can really run this scheme and nothing else the whole game if you're locking up on defense, which I mean I wouldn't recommend, but it's definitely possible. And we're just gonna run this dive a couple more times. See, right there, it was pretty locked up. I chose to go against the 49ers here just because they have a really good defense, and we're gonna run this again. You can do a little motions with this. I didn't mean to do that. There's certain motions you can do, like you can maybe fake that Michael Thomas over there to the right and make him think you're running a stretch right, or you can do what I just did there. But there's a whole lot of stuff you can do out of this just because of the flexibility you have with switching sides with stretch mostly, and you can do a lot of fakes with the counter, and then you have the dive to go along with it. And we're just probably gonna run this a couple more times. See, just easy offense. Easy offense. So then I'm gonna show you how to, when you move Michael Thomas, you can get a pretty big gain if they're running man-to-man. See how the guy moved over? Wide open hole right there. Huge gain. Probably could have took that for more if like there was a user on it. So we're just gonna run this again. Same thing. That was probably bad stick right there because you had the guy on the left, but I'm just gonna run this one more time. Right there, easy gain. It's possibly a touchdown with a faster running back. Now we're gonna go look at this stretch play, man. This is your bread and butter on this formation. It is one of the best run plays I've ever ran. We're just gonna go right into this stretch, HB stretch, and there's just so much you can do about it. We're gonna go against nickel normal again, random play. I mean, you can run it stock, you can run it, move Michael Thomas over to the right, you can move your tight end over to the left. It was locked up there, but man, it breaks so often. I'm just gonna keep running it stock a few times just to show you. It's just free yards, man. Easy yards. And you can use your stick. Like if you have really good stick, you can use it to your advantage a lot on this formation, just because of if you break past the first layer, it's a touchdown every time. Like right here, bad stick I probably could have juked that right or something, but this is just a really good running formation. It can carry you. I mean, completely carry you to get some wins if you're struggling. just gonna keep running this stock a few more times. See right there, just wide open. 20-30 yards right there. For what? Just ran that completely stock, quick hiking them, not letting them set up defense. Just gonna run this stock one more time. Like, look at that. That's free 5 yards almost every play. This is just, once you figure out when to switch sides and when to move your motion your players around, it's just impossible to stop, because there's not really one run play that you can just completely lock down, because you can switch it, you can do motions, you can add more blockers. See right here, just running it stock, free 10 yards right there, free. And we can do this over and over again all the way up the field. You want to be running this play at least 15-20 times a game if you're just running. We're just gonna, this time we're gonna motion over Michael Thomas and see how we have more heads. Another free 5 yards just to switch it up, because if they're starting to lock it up, you can do these motions, and I promise you that they won't be able to lock it up for consecutive plays in a row. I mean, look at that. That's easy. That's probably a touchdown. With a faster running back, that's a touchdown. We're gonna move to Michael Thomas. Didn't mean to do that. Come on. We're gonna move him back right. We're just gonna run this. Right when he gets past the tight end is when you want to snap it, and it's just free yards. Look at that. So easy, man. One of the easiest offenses to run this game. If you are struggling, if you know somebody who's struggling, send them this video, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna change their life. Like, look at that. Not even crazy stick required for that. I mean, if you just read the hole right there, it's wide open. We're gonna move the tight end right here for an example, and you want to snap that right when he gets his toes past that left tackle. And usually you want to load up the side if they're running zone, because that just gives you more heads on that side. See, like right here, when the man comes over, you probably would just want to motion that back and just run it stock, because you're moving another guy over there for no reason. So the best time, I mean, you can also use that man-to-man as an advantage, move a guy to the right, then run it left, then you have less heads on that side. So there's just so much you can do when it comes to that. Free yards right there. Just perfect blocking against one of the best defenses too. I'm not running against the football team or Dolphins defense or Jets defense. This is some of the best defense you'll play on head-to-head. It's a really good run stopping formation too in nickel normal, and it's just tearing it apart. So I promise you guys this is gonna work for y'all. We're gonna motion over the tight end again. Preferably you want somebody decently fast or with really good run blocking stats, so that like a left end with like X factor or something won't just tear through that. But I mean, geez, man, this is just a really good playbook. Next play we're gonna go through here is this this HB, where is it? HB belly weak, and this is where you're gonna get your big yards from. Because if you're mixing this in with your stretch, don't overuse it, because then the guy will just move his user there and he can lock it up decently easy if he pinches line and kind of makes his adjustments for it. But if you're like rarely using this, maybe 3 or 4 times a game, you're gonna get big yards from it. Like, look at this, easy yards from this counter right here. I wouldn't recommend just using this all game unless they literally just can't stop it. But I mean, the amount of touchdowns you'll get online, like big gains, 70, 80, 60 big yard plays from this play is insane. Right there, the middle linebacker made a great play, and that's going to happen sometimes. But I mean, if you're running this play, you see that more times than not, it's just huge yards, and your opponent's going to get frustrated. He's not going to know how to stop it, and you can just do this the whole game. run this back and forth. And if he starts stopping it a little bit, you mix in this passing game, which I'm going to show you coming up. Okay, right here, we're gonna take a peek at this passing game. I'm gonna show you about 3 passing plays. And the first one we're gonna go over, this is probably your best passing play out of here, tight end spot. And I'm gonna run this against nickel normal once again. We're gonna go back to nickel, and then we're gonna put on random. So we're gonna drag Michael Thomas right here, drag, and then we're gonna take Cooks and we're gonna streak him, and then we're just gonna run it like that. And your first read will be Y, but you'll have B and you'll have A too, and those are gonna be your 3 reads. You're gonna go Y, A, and then B. That's the progression, and one of those are usually gonna be open. If you're not, just roll out, throw it away, and then just run it again. And that's how it is. Wide open, free first down right there. If he's locking up your run, you run that, and then he's got to go adjust to that, and then you put the run back in, and it's going to be a big play for you. And you basically pretty much only want to run it like this, and that running back's going to get open so often against man-to-man and against cover 3. Usually it's probably taken away with cover 2, but I've seen it work against that too, depending on what they're running. But man, look at that. A's wide open there. If he takes the running back, A's open. And then if he takes A, then usually B's open. We're gonna run this one more time. Excuse me. We're gonna run this one more time. See right there, B and B got messed up right there, so it was kind of cluttered. But again, it was both of them were wide open. I could have threw it to B or Y. And let's see how this works. We're gonna do this one more time. A right there, wide open. Fast with a faster tight end. That's a touchdown, man. That's a touchdown off of a running formation that's really good. Next play we're going to be running is called curl post drag, and this play you can run completely stock, and it's going to beat man-to-man most of the time, and you can pretty much run this against any coverage, and something's probably going to be open. So your first read is usually A, and if the user takes A, which they most likely will, then you can either lowball X or you can lead X to the right, and he'll usually catch that as well. And if neither of those are there, look, boom, wide open for X. If neither of those are there, you have Y, and that's going to get wide open on man, wide open on cover 3. It gets pretty open against cover 2. I take a sack there, but Y was wide open there. So you just have so many options off this. And even if the full play develops, you can even lowball that B route. You probably rarely ever want to do that, but you can lowball that B route for like a decent 8 or 9 yards right there. And then there you go, Y is wide open again. And we're going to run this a few more times just to show everything off. And sometimes even that RB route will be pretty open. See right there, A was out, A was wide open. Probably want to possession that most of the time, unless you're just butt naked open. See Y, X, even X right there. Probably shouldn't have lowballed that. If I would have led that right, that's probably a catch. And we're just gonna run this again. A is wide open. I mean, there's a lot of routes open. He just happened to drop it there. We're gonna run this again. Y is open. Even X was open there. A was even open. So I mean, his user's gonna take away one of those, but most of the time you'll have at least one of those open. So we're gonna move on to the next play here. Now, next play we're gonna go over here is gonna be your go-to man beater. If your man is playing, if the guy you're playing is playing a lot of man-to-man defense to stop your run, you go to this PA double in shot, and it's gonna blow by man-to-man. But you got to make sure you have a decent receiver with decent route running for this to work, because otherwise it's gonna be probably locked up. And we're just gonna go to man-to-man defense, cover 1 LB blitz press, and we're gonna block the running back. We're gonna put X on an in route, and then we're gonna smart route that, and we're gonna motion him and then snap it as soon as we motion. I was a little late there, and that's why I didn't get wide open, but still an easy pass. Nothing he can really do about that. And we're just gonna run this a few more times. Block Y, in route, and then smart route that, motion, snap. Wide open there. And that's basically your only read there, and that's the only person you're going to need to read. and you're only going to run this a few times because it's like a one-play touchdown basically. And if B's not there, then you're probably not going to throw it. Look at that, wide open. The fast receiver, that's a touchdown, easy. Just going to run this a few more times just so you can get the feel of it. Block, and then we're going to set him on that in, and then smart route, snap, wide open. Just goes up and grabs it. That's why I'm saying you're going to need a decent receiver for this. And route running is a lot more important than speed on this, because you can just motion that wide open. That play right there wasn't completely open, and that's going to happen a few times, but most of the time he's going to be butt naked open. I didn't mean to do that right there. Just motion him back. Motion Sanders out. Snap. Wide open right there. That's easy yards against. And most people are going to be running man against you in Madden 21 because that's the meta at this point. And when they're running that man-to-man defense and you put this play, they might only work once a game, but that's a touchdown that could win you the game. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this all the way through, and I really hope you enjoy this offense. With the way the run game is this year, you're going to shred teams with this mini ebook. But that's all I have. You should 100% come back and watch the next few parts of this book, man, because I spent all year mastering the Saints playbook, and you're not going to find this much information for anywhere else, man. I dare you to try to. So I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a really nice day, and God bless, man.